错，这里是美南大咖谈，这是我们美南电视台呢新开的一个全新的这个节目。那在今天的节目当中，我们将来聊一聊这个美国的娱乐圈到底有没有圈。没错，很多人都能够听到一个耳熟能详的词，那就是娱乐圈。娱乐圈，那在我看来，其实娱乐圈它就是一个特定的生态环境。而且呢，娱乐到底有没有圈？那在我们今天的节目当中呢，我们邀请到两位来自美国的这个著名的国际双胞胎名模，而且呢也是明星影视演员John 和 Jonathan 来到我们的节目当中，给大家来现身说法，来分享一些他们在娱乐圈的一些趣事和一些亲身的经历。好的，那我们现在来了解一下，来欢迎一下两位嘉宾John and Jonathan。Hi to our audience.
Hello, everybody. I'm John. I am an actor, a model. I've been in the business for 6 years. I mean, off and on, I guess all of our lives. But we've always drawn a lot of attention being twins. But full time or just really taking it seriously, I'd say about in that 5-6 year range.
And I'm Jonathan. I get the privilege of being his twin, so y'all have no idea how hard that is on me, but it's okay. So, same, just to echo what he said, we've been doing it for about 6 years, acting, modeling, and also, he forgot one thing, we also dance as well. So just to put that out there. But it's been a pretty great journey. It was something that we did off and on throughout our lives, and when we stepped out into it, and that's what we do.
Yeah, it was like we were in two different places, and it was something that started bringing us together because we weren't seeing each other every day, but we were always having to take trips.
I know you love each other.
Yeah.
这两位双胞胎兄弟，大家可以看到，其实很难区分。其实Jonathan 呢是哥哥哈，那 John 是弟弟。其实他们之间只是有3分钟的这个差别，但是我是可以区分的。那其实作为他们刚才有讲到，他们是这个国际名模呢，跟很多的大品牌都有代言过包括我们很多耳熟能详的日常用到的品牌，比如说一会儿在节目当中他们会介绍。那机缘巧合，我认识这个双胞胎兄弟，是因为有一次我自己接拍一个石油公司的广告，当时呢是遇到了 John，从此我们就有认识。也就是说，他其实之前在我当初认识的他呢，他是一个职场中人，而非这个娱乐圈的人。Alright, John, I just tell our audience about how did we meet. I mean, when I first met you, actually was for the oil and gas and the commercial. So that being said, you were actually just a regular office guy. But what makes you change your mind and want to just involve with the entertainment business?
It was definitely the fact that things started picking up a lot, to the point where I had to make a decision. And that's not a bad thing because I'm passionate about this. It's not that I wasn't enjoying the oil and gas field, but in this I feel like I feel more ownership. It's more of my brand that I get to build, more of my business, and you get out what you put in.
Yeah. Okay, so John, were you just following your brother, or you more interested about entertainment business?
He was actually following me.
Okay.
I knew he
Let me find him over all the time.
It's funny because, before we ever thought about taking it to a professional level, it was more a test in a sense. So I went to a dance audition, and it just so happened to be a model coach there. And he walks up to me and he said, "Hey, you're a great dancer, but have you ever thought about modeling?"
Yes.
And I said, I mean, I've taken a few photos for a few people, but not seriously, no. And come to find out, he said, "Hey, you're gonna model." And also, you know, I did a monologue there as well because I was in theater. I'd actually done theater 2 years professionally. I was a part of 2 traveling stage plays, one out of Atlanta, one out of New York, and it was just the way everything just fell into play. And so they found out I had an identical twin. And so it went from, hey, okay, you're gonna model. Hey, can you call your twin? And I called him and I said, hey, look, man, I need you to go in and meet with these people, and the rest is history.
Yeah, so do you think being a twin, this is more opportunity for you a career, or actually you can do by yourself as well? I mean, if you don't have a twin, you are gonna be the same or even better. Have you thought about this question?
Yeah, I think, so 2 answers. I think having a twin definitely helps out in the industry because it's something that's very unique, you know, and we've always gotten a lot of attention. Do I think we'd be okay if we were by ourselves? Yes, because I think we have a unique look about ourselves, but, you know, having to put up with this guy and be with him, it definitely helps out, so.
I'll say this as well. You know, I always say this, as far as the modeling, I don't know. I don't know, but acting, definitely.
Yes.
You know, but the modeling is sort of like being an identical twin is what captures the audience. And then whether it's hitting the runway or whether it's doing photo shoots together or just brand representation for different companies, it helps out, it works.
Yeah. 那很显然，他们有提到，作为这个双胞胎兄弟哈，其实有得到很多的关注，也为他们的职业生涯是得到了很多的这个辅助的作用。当然，就不是每个人都会那么幸运的会有一个双胞胎的姐姐或者弟弟妹妹。Anyway， 就是在他们刚才的表述当中，我们可以听到哈，其实2位真的就是草根出身。那弟弟呢，之前是在这个石油行业里面，而且他是一个那个 financial 的这个 bachelor。而且就是哥哥呢，是因为在一个舞蹈的选秀上，然后脱颖而出。那就是作为草根，在这个娱乐圈要怎样的发展，这个可能是我们大家都非常关注的一件事情。如果大家对这个娱乐事业感兴趣哈，作为草根，然后到这个明星，他是有一些什么样的心路历程？我们来问问他。Okay, I was just preaching to our audience about, you know, obviously you guys was not born to be a superstar, and actually. Okay, maybe you are. So, no, I don't think so. Okay, so basically you will have a regular job, and so and from everyday people and turn a celebrity. So, what do you think the journey, or what kind of experience or stories like it makes you feel you can share with us?
Just from the move, you know, from, you know, basically corporate America into this career. I think it would have to be the uniqueness of our being when it comes to being twins, personality. Something I always heard, no matter who I came into contact with, was you're always smiling. You're very positive. You're very handsome. You have a certain look about yourself. You know, have you thought about modeling? Have you just whatever it was? But I think there's some commonalities along the journey. There's some things that happens along the journey that kind of I can speak for myself. It gave me confidence when I, you know, made it to this point of doing it professionally. And it has to be, you know, maybe on a multicultural level, being able to deal with all kinds of, be involved and be engaged with all kinds of cultures, whether it's in the work environment, corporate America, or whatever, you know, what, you know, my look / personality would do for somebody, no matter, you know, who they were or how they look. And then we fast forward to being able to model different designs, whether it's more of a Chinese style, more of a Indian style, urban, business. We were used to business already with having to wear suits and ties and things like that every day. But and it's one thing to be able to bring it to life, but it's always it's kind of brought to life when when we're selected or asked to do certain things. But then to see the picture, or to see the finished product, that's a whole another level. And then the feedback through social media that we get is just confirmation that all along the journey, is.
So basically, you think the look and the uniqueness, you're very unique. This is it's very important from the success of the journey, right?
Yeah.
兄弟会有提到他们的这个外观，这个 unique 应该中文怎么讲？就是它的这个稀有性哈，可能会导致他们获得更多的机会。但事实上，在整个的这个演艺圈，我们会有一个说法说，在好莱坞里，如果说你想要成功的话哈，就是一定是的关键词会是你认识谁，所以我想看看这个双胞胎兄弟，如果他们觉得自己在这个好莱坞的环境当中发展，是不是因为他们建立了很多的关系，才会有如此的成功？This is a new question about it. They have a new question in Hollywood, and I know you guys still on the way to Hollywood because you involved more with modeling compared with the acting part, right? So they're saying in Hollywood, if you want to be successful, and there's more about who you know. So you guys agree about this? About the build up a resource is more important compared with the looking or the uniqueness. Yeah.
I definitely think so. It's whenever you go out and you're on a job, it's all about networking. It's all about carrying yourself in a professional manner, and speak when spoken to, in a sense. You don't want to make the mistake getting on a job and trying to capture someone's attention, but at the same time, when you get the opportunity just to speak with someone on the side, if it's there, then take it, And it's funny because there's a certain casting company that I just worked with for the third or fourth time in the past 6 months, and so they continue to request, and you begin to know everyone by name, and this is my third commercial shooting with them, and it's pretty awesome, but it's all about carrying yourself. It's all about networking. In a sense, it is all about who you know.
Yeah.
Because your first impression is going to be a lasting impression. And so you want to make sure that first impression is a really, really great impression on the people that you work with.
Yeah, but also I think besides you have the network, you have the resources, you still also have to improve yourself all the time and make sure always the marketing what needed.
Yeah.
And this is another question about you guys say you've been in the entertainment business for about 6 years. So how do you see your future? Like I know you guys are signed by an agent right now, and so you cannot be always do modeling or acting. So have you ever thought about to build up some kind of your own brand and do your own thing? Or what do you think about the future?
I would say, when it comes to our future, the sky's the limit. You don't know how long you can model and be successful in that realm, and even on the acting side, you have to make things happen. And I think looking ahead, I do see us doing, major, more major films and things like that because, I do have a passion for that, but at the same time, we have this TV show that we're going to do, the Fashion Sway J&J. Doing things like that is kind of what else, I see myself doing, just speaking personally. And it's still allowing, I guess, allows us to deal with or engage with people from various cultures, various backgrounds, things like that.
It's two things. He said one, so obviously the Fashion Sway, J&J, and also you mentioned brand. So that was something that we did a couple of years ago. We were actually in the business, but we hadn't developed our own brand. And let's say it was there, but it wasn't because we hadn't just patented a name or anything like that. And so what we did was we created a brand for ourselves that's known as the J&J Twins. So, and that's actually our social media accounts, the J&J Twins brand, and online, the J&J Twins. So, and it stems from a story, John and Jonathan. Everyone laughs because it's the same name, right?
Isn't that the same name?
Yeah,
we hear that a lot. Yeah.
是，那兄弟俩其实我有在节目当中提到哈，就是说，尤其是在我们这中国演艺环境当中，就是这个艺术的青春是有时候是非常短暂的，尤其是在模特行业哈，就是对于男生来讲，可能20几岁就会要到退休的年纪。那我会有问到这位双胞胎兄弟，他们对自己的未来怎样的规划？那双胞胎兄弟其实有提到自己是有在建立自己的品牌，同时呢，他们最近也是在重磅推出一档这个时尚类的节目，因为他们一直在做时尚类的这个代言。那这档节目叫做Fashion Sway J&J， 没错，那我自己就是制片，我就是给自己卖了一个关子。Fashion Sway J&J， 那我们现在其实有在做这个前期的这个筹备工作，而且已经开始呢，下周一会开发第一个 episode。在之后的节目当中呢，这两位双胞胎兄弟呢会，希望能够在未来的节目当中，如果有机会再来这个美南大开团的话呢，能够分享更多就是做这个节目和建立自己品牌的一个心得。Talking about the Fashion Sway J&J, I believe this is really it's your thing. Both you. So I was mentioning from the beginning of the show about a lot. You've been ambassadors for a lot of the brands. So can you share a little bit with us, like some very popular ones you've been doing? I know you do like Express.
Yeah.
In the academy or something like that, you know better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been, we've done fashion shows with Macy's. We've done a few of those. Some popular brands would include, having to wear Nike, having to wear, like you said, Express. Yeah.
Robert Canale.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
Mwah,
not forget
mwah,
about
mwah,
that.
mwah.
Right.
That was important. So,
Yeah. I mean, this is very awesome. Have you ever had this kind of moment you think about if today I don't pick up a gigs or what I'm gonna make my living? Have you kind of this kind of insecurity moment?
all the time.
Yes. Yes.
That's all I have in the beauty I own thing.
It's always in the back of your mind
Yeah.
that if this was to stop, what opportunities can you go out and create for yourself?
Yeah.
I think so many times we wait on someone to pick us when we raise our hand in the classroom. But when the opportunity comes for yourself, or if you're able to create that opportunity, basically, networking. It's funny because I study a lot of different filmmakers and how they produce their film, and whether they're putting it out in the different film festivals across the U.S. and then all of a sudden it gets picked up. Someone buys, someone pays the writer, or the writer is requested to write more, and then all of a sudden it's a hit movie or it's a hit TV show.
Yeah.
Those people started just from their own network, from their own resources, and then they went from there. And in this day and age, you can post the right photo at the right time, and then it goes viral.
Yeah.
And now you're making money.
Yeah.
And I will say, when I made the transition from, working full time, having a 9 to 5, to deciding to do this full time, it was in the back of my head already.
Yeah.
And it's a scary. It can be scary if you let it be.
Yeah.
To go from knowing where your paycheck is gonna come from and everything you do is just extra. It's just extra income coming in. To, okay, now I'm gonna do this full time. And it's not that paycheck coming in every 2 weeks, and when things slow down, because we are in an industry where things slow down.
Yeah. You never know. I know.
You think
You
about
never
it.
know. Yeah, because I never consider myself as like a full-time in entertainment business, because I'm a producer. I have the feel insecure about this career too. That's why I will always have to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we are working together, try to make something happen. Fashion Suite J&J is something we're working together about it, and I hope it's gonna be a success.
Yes.
And 很显然，双胞胎兄弟提到哈，在这个演艺环境当中，其实也是会有这个不安全感的。不论你是多出名、多著名，总有一天很可能你就会过气。所以呢，大家都会在寻求一个新的突破。那同样，在美国的娱乐圈和中国的娱乐圈可能都是一样的，就是要思变，就是一直要有这个不安全感，然后要求新求变，然后才能够建立属于自己的东西，才会是真正牢实可靠的。那么在这个娱乐圈当中，可能很多人都会想到一个问题，另外一个问题啊，就是说，是否会因为这个娱乐行业的特殊性而影响到自己个人的情感和那个家庭生活？我想问问双胞胎兄弟，在美国的娱乐圈当中，是不是也会在他们的个人生活情感当中会受到因为娱乐事业受到一些影响？他们是怎么面对？包括呢，他是否会有一些故事来分享？我们来问一下。About it. So, in the entertainment business, and mostly something very sensitive. For example, you have to play a role with somebody, has some like a very love scene. Let's talk about this. I don't know if you guys have experience to play a love scene in you or not, but and you six. Experience, and have you ever feel like this career's job actually affects your personal relationship? You have any story to share?
I'll say something, yes. So I think it's all about knowing, making sure the person that you're with is comfortable with that. There are some people who say, oh no, you can't do that, And it's like, well, this is my career. It's you have to understand at some point that it is what I do as a career, and I've had to do some commercial scenes or maybe some print ads where it had to seem like we're a couple, we're a family.
I know you did one yesterday.
Holding hands, hugging. scenes like that. There have been times like that, and
which he enjoyed a lot.
right.
That's how you like this job.
If you can't get attention
That's
away
why I
from
do
You
it.
That's exactly why I do it. You know. Come
You're
on.
not any better, okay? He's gonna speak for you later.
You got it.
Do you make some kind of rules, like you cannot cross the line, like at least you cannot kiss, or no?
No, I'm not going to make that rule. This is the deal.
You go forward, right?
If the right opportunity
Mhm.
comes along, I think that agreement with that special person in your life, it has to be an understanding. If there's not an understanding, then I know he'll probably maybe turn it down. I'm just but no, I just think it has to be that understanding, and as long as it's something that I'm comfortable with, I think everyone has to be comfortable with it.
Okay. So I think it's very important that you choose another half, and she would understand what your job it is. And have you ever had this kind of experience, like because of another half wouldn't feel comfortable, so you gave up the opportunities?
Yes, in the beginning. Not to disclose
Is
too
that love
much,
thing?
but honestly, whether it was, I think most of the time it was on the modeling side because at a fashion show, we're backstage and it's so fast paced that you have to undress and dress, and there are women who are undressing and dressing in front of us, and vice versa, we're doing the same in front of them. But the main thing is when the production is on that stage, it needs to be seamless and to where you don't even know that there's a lot of chaos behind stage. So I think that was a lot of what I was running into, and then the idea that all model girls are pretty, and but
Is that what you think?
so I'll say I was with someone where that was a problem, and then at the same time I've personally had a script before where it's sent to me. I'm asked to be a part of the production. I read over the script, and there might be some things that I'm not comfortable with, and either depending on how bad they want me, it was just one of those things where either the script changed a little bit to make me feel more comfortable, because when I like to embody a character to myself, and if it's not comfortable for me, then we don't even have to go to the other part to where the person that I'm with, it has to be comfortable for them. But I'd say
Is another
now.
the one play partner has to you have to like her makes you comfortable.
I think that would definitely help. That would definitely help.
So,
But I think now, like who I'm with, it's not. It's just you have to have that understanding from the get go, and it's.
是双胞胎兄弟都非常健谈。我要说到一点，就是在这个娱乐圈当中，有时候会有很多非常敏感的一些接触，比如说你跟这个异性的接触，在表演的需要，是不是另一半会有这个问题？他们当然提到是会有，但是呢，选择另一半会比较重要。而且呢，他们也提到在这个就是modeling，就是模特走秀的过程当中，会经常有因为换衣服的这个频次要非常快，所以经常会有男模女模都是全裸的在当着彼此的面换衣服。当然他会说这个是因为职业的眼光，不会有任何的这个影响。